They didn't have to talk to us.
Run loud so you guys go ahead and get started.
You gotta make an announcement loud.
Oh yeah, because we didn't know we made it, barely. The traffic
I'm gonna go over there and get a new bitch. Let's go in those places. I'm glad you're on. Excuse me. Excuse me, Leon. Jason. Your family up in the front too. Where's my phone? I'm just gonna put this aside. Till I saw Evelyn.
But you know, you get to see the real. Oh no, you're in there. You can sign in, right? He's gonna be stuck in the house.
The fruit's one thing, the hummus is another.
Right.
Anticipated rate.
Not yet. No, I didn't know how that was.
Huey brought everything over to us from
So he didn't have to. Oh,
no, he brought everything here.
from the apartment.
Yeah.
Did they close it out?
No, not yet. We're
Thinking
still
about
working.
buying some of those
Sorry, I'm sorry.
and keeping one in the car when I go to restaurants that don't have them. Like Casa 12, you know, I have sitting outside. Oh, was you know what? I still may do that. Well,
Hi, you guys. I'm Sarah.
I need to go figure it out first.
His kids and Evelyn.
Hey, how are you? How are you? How are things? How are you?
He was trying to get us to come to the front. I said, we're fine.
Really, you don't feel I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not, yeah.
But you know what? She adored you.
Well, wait, is that what matters? What's in the heart?
You look fabulous.
Thank you as well.
I'm gonna. Sorry.
I think they're gonna. Except we're, they're limiting our. We can
Huey said there's room in the front too if you want to use the front table. And Huey said there's room in the front too if you want to use the front table.
I'm right here. You know what? The only,
There's appetizers over to the right. If you feel free to go ahead and grab you something. There's sodas in the cooler right behind it, and also cold water. So feel free before we start the presentation.
Where Kitty is. Meaning to get it themselves and tell them.
Please sign all cell phones, please.
Oh, you mean the invites.
I just wish I knew what year. Okay, no problem. No problem.
Oh, where?
Beautiful, isn't it? I mean, when I was sorry to be because it was so long.
I can't see, no,
But it came out really good.
that's okay. No, you don't have to contact me.
Blood. You know, I
Yeah, can you my purse? I don't want you to stop it. No, because this is one about the sinus things. And that was, and that was such a,
for years. Hated each other for a year and became best friends. But I always told him, you know, I'm not, I don't care about That's a gift. She knew everybody. She didn't care. Next thing.
Hey.
He's perfectly fine. He just wanted one of these.
I know. How you doing? What's your little red you got there? Oh, trying to say. Is that the second?
Yeah, that's it.
Stella, talk to them.
Please, you're wrong. You're so wrong.
Okay, you good? Go ahead, some appetizers over there. Where's the books? How you doing? I found myself going down that street by accident.
Really?
I was like, oh my God, here it is. I was just, yeah.
The sun moved. I didn't sit here because of the sun.
The shape, it is so
I'm making a section. If you couple back here to say, no big deal. Where's the boys? Boys? There's one of them. Where's the other half? What happened? Oh, you already had your food. Huh? Oh, you in line with the food. Yes. One more time.
Jim Casper. Talk to Jim. They're still in the event. I told him, I said, we may try to get out there next year. We'll see. I need a lot, way too much. Listen here, the AKs had a conference out there, the Deltas had a conference out there. I heard that the island was back. They're renovating the high school where they do the film festival next year at the same time. There's, word is that folks on the island, they're listening up. Brad Johnson was telling me
No, I'm not here today. You've been doing a lot of work too.
yeah, I'd love to.
We try.
Yeah.
At least,
How's it going?
Ah, it's great.
How are you? I'm doing well.
Where's Patricia?
He's back over here.
Okay.
that's who she is.
Okay, yes, of course.
And then after he sends me pictures. Because, you know, I'm the servant around here. No, excuse me.
Oh, what did you say about Marco?
Wait a minute. What are you doing these days?
Selling real estate?
Have you sold anything recently?
Come on, you recognize you. Took all your hair off. I didn't recognize you.
Yeah, no, I don't think you guys are in?
Oh, I'm sorry.
See for me.
I might be up there.
He said Donna.
Oh, are you Donna? That's your other Donna.
Put one here and one there. Well, no, because they don't want to be on the end. So one here, one there.
No, that's not. I don't know.
Yeah, you can probably fit one over chair. If I just start with her. Just take one from behind you. No, just take one from behind you. You see that chair behind you? Just take that one. Done. Flip the one behind you. No, that one. Work the one.
I never get to see that part. But
How you doing, sir? Oh, and this is like a couple.
Yes, it's pretty smooth. Look, you must stand up. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry.
It's a longer journey, but if you go around that table, it'll get you there faster. No, he's fine. No, that's not good. It's hard to walk. Let me say it to you differently. There was a chair there, and I moved. I sent him around here.
How's that for you? So from Texas to where in Texas?
Yeah.
Okay. My niece stays over in Dallas. Okay. I went to go visit her. And the weather will surprise you. The weather will surprise you. It'll be nice and rainy one second, and then the next day it's muggy and raining. But the rain is raining. It's not like here. financially tech. So as we got older, I got older, I could work on it. Oh my God, that thing is like,
Sam, step up here, please. So you should go to-
going to say in a little while, right? Wait, baby, wait, Vinny. Vinny.
So Louis, what have you been doing with your time?
Sure did.
I like the grand part.
Oh, after she.
You look at my feet, right?
Reflection is good, and allowing yourself to be thankful for how great the journey has been. She was asking about her. You're fine. You do have them.
It usually ends up.
No, I was just saying that I think that's brilliant. Grand reflection. Yeah.
Honey, can you get a cup of ice, please?
Ah. Yeah. Any plans to make it back to Trinidad? Nice.
Sorry, Jim. Do you mind? We live on our basic picture of us right here. Okay. My mom loves her camera.
Yeah.
Why not? Right?
You still out there swinging those clubs? And look, that's the best way to stay young. You're out there with Frank Davis too sometimes. Yeah. These are good friends. I'm sure you do.
I can see that.
I remember when she, me and my mother were watching television together. I was in high school. I was in Hawaii. My mother was here. It's like, you're not going to listen to me. And then she won. So same thing with Linda. She was the first brown skin Miss Universe from Trinidad. Absolutely. Trinidad will always be well represented.
Who gets paid back?
Get some doubles.
Karen, I missed our opportunity.
I like to study
Karen and I missed our opportunity to go to Trinidad. You know, our friend was the ambassador to Trinidad. And we had a chance to go out and we did. Why we didn't make it out there? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right.
You got it.
Oh, goodness. That's not a lose, that's good. Yeah. Wow. I would imagine.
That's why he's staring at you. Everyone wants to go.
Always shooting.
Do the girls have passports? They have citizenship? Yeah. That's tremendous. Man, that's going to come in handy in your life.
You never know.
Yeah. That's tremendous. Good for you and them. Have some water. Exactly. Let's say, we pick a few things up over there.
Excuse me.
afternoon. So I hope you got somebody to speak. We're all here to honor my mother, Evelyn Hemsley. And if you are here, that means you're somebody special either to her or to me. And I see there's a lot of love here. A lot of you guys respected her. And a lot of you are going to miss her, like myself.
Amen.
On her behalf, anyone here, there are Trump supporters. Kindly leave. Anyway, I'm going to start off on that. If you're a Trump supporter, keep it to yourself. Because there's more of us that don't like them than you who do.
She made it plain.
No,
Oh, no, I'm not signing up for that.
let me talk about my mom and Trump. A lot of you know about Donna. I'm going to do that language. When I used to go visit my mom, if anybody of you have been to her place, there's a long walkway to her front door. When I get out the car, walking halfway to her place, her doors and windows are closed. All I hear is, "Goddamn motherfucker! Punch him in the damn mouth!" So I know some of you heard that. And I said, "Mom, I'm going to take the remote away from you. No more CNN, no more NSBC, none of that." But some people just don't like that, man. But my mom was one of them. All she wanted to do before she left was punch him in the mouth. I'm sorry she didn't have that opportunity. But just 5 months ago, I was standing in the same place, as you know, to honor my brother's Mario passing. Now I'm here for my mother. I told people at the beginning of the year that I knew I was going to be planning 2 memorials. And some of you heard me make that comment. My mother, she was a strong and motivating lady, but I seen her fading away. Sometimes, something I've never seen before, she's always been strong, tough, won't hit you with the bat if you don't act right, and she didn't take no mess from nobody. But she was very respectful and very loving and very generous. One thing about my mom, she always was telling me that she was ready to go, but God would not take her. I guess God finally caught up to her, and now she is now gone. I tell people also that I got it easy with my mom. She was still living independently at 92 years old, which is very unheard of. And I look at some of my friends and family and everybody else who have to take care of their parents who are going through dementia and cancer. And a lot of you out there have gone through that situation. I know Stan has gone through that. And I seen how hard it was. And all I can say is, I got off easy. My mom didn't go through that. Her mind was sharp, as you know. Her memory is better than mine. And she bragged about it. I may be ill, but my mind is still sharp. Back in early 2023, I told my mom I was throwing a 60th and 90th birthday party for her. Her reply was, "I have to stick around that long?" I said, "Mom, just stay till you're 90 years old in one day. Anything after that, I don't care about." And at that point, she gave me 977 more days. As she used to quote, "I thank you, Lord, I cannot complain." So my mom touched a lot of people out here. Okay. Being her son, I don't see things that you guys see. But the way I was touched,
And
I got a lot of this. And since I was so bad, she had to pull out the mega switch.
And he was bad.
But you know I deserved every swat of it.
Yes, Lord.
But we're gonna get this program going. And is Liz Weaver here? Oh, Liz Weaver right here. She's gonna give us a prayer. She is from the church of the 14th Christ, or Church of Christ and Science. Don't get it mixed up, please, not with Tom Cruise and Scientology. They are not the same people. Yes, Christian. So Liz Weaver is going to give us the opening prayer, and I would like everybody to stand up with us.
If I can see this. I know camera can't read it. Can't read it now. No. This is too special.
James, thank you. Liz Weaver.
Good afternoon, folks. Let's bow our heads in prayer. You want me to speak directly into the mic? Okay. Dear God, bless your sons and daughters assembled here today, and bless our dear sister Evelyn Hemsley, in whose honor we dedicate this occasion. We are Christian and acknowledge Christ as our Savior. Accept in you, the everlasting God, we live and move and have our being. We are grateful that Sister Hemsley's life is therefore eternal, held forever in the keeping of our eternal God. She is governed, guided, and protected by God, and growing in spiritual understanding, approaching ever closer to the example Jesus set for us all, to be his disciples indeed, doers of the word and not hearers only. Father, the truth you spoke in the days of the prophet Isaiah rings down through the years, down through the ages, to give us peace today concerning our sister in Christ. You promised, I will extend peace to her like a river, and as one whom his father comforteth, I will comfort her. For she cannot leave the presence of God.
If she ascendeth up to heaven, and she has, you are there, O Father. If she takes the wings of the morning and dwells in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there does your hand hold her, and thy right hand shall guide her. Therefore, be glad with her, all ye that love her. Rejoice with joy for her, all ye that mourn for her. We thank you, loving Father, Mother, in the name of Christ, that your tender mercies are ever with us, surrounding us all with your grace and goodness. Amen.
Amen.
Please Weaver. For the obituary reading, we're going to have Matthew Hemsley, Vincent Hemsley, and Samuel Hemsley, the grandsons of Evelyn and Wong Hemsley.
Evelyn Marie Wong was born to Ruth Lillian Williams and Lee Yin Wong in Jacksonville, Florida on August 22nd, 1933. Ruth relocated to New York City where there was more opportunities for work and she could send money back to her children. By the time Evelyn entered the first grade at 6 years of age, she was being raised by Earline Christina Brown, whom she lovingly referred to as Mother Dear. In addition, she gained two older brothers, Wilford and Carlton, as well as her adopted father, Mr. Brown, who she also adored. Evelyn always said that Mother Dear was classy. She remembered her childhood with great fondness and felt deeply loved. She often admitted to being spoiled by her extended family, especially as the only girl in a family of boys. She often credited her brothers with teaching her how to be fearless and resourceful. She fondly recalled catching crawfish, mullet, and crab along the shoreline, riding bicycles through the countryside, and growing up in a southern beach town during the 1930s and 40s. Her mother later gave birth to Evelyn's beloved sister Betty in 1936 and her youngest sister Jean in 1956. Affectionately known by many as Mrs. Hemsley, Evelyn followed in Mother Dear's footsteps. She was known for her loving heart, class, kindness, generosity, strength, and grit.
Good afternoon, everyone. As a young woman, Evelyn received a basketball scholarship through Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Incorporated, which enabled her to attend Bethune-Cookman College, a historically black college in Florida, where she earned a bachelor's degree in education. On October 13, 2000, Evelyn was one of only 4 women included into the Bethune-Cookman Athletic Hall of Fame. She proudly spoke of being a member of the final class to attend Bethune-Cookman while Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune was still president of the college. Her experience there helped shape her lifelong commitment to education, achievement, service, and community. Evelyn remained an avid learner and reader throughout her life and was deeply encouraged with the world around her. It was at Bethune-Cookman that she met the love of her life, Hubert Hemsley, a popular and accomplished college athlete. They married, and Hubert went on to attend Jefferson Medical College in Philadelphia. During the early years of their marriage in Philadelphia, Evelyn developed a close and loving relationship with the Hemsley family, especially Hubert's sisters, Hazel, Janice, and Helen. She also gave birth to Michael and Mario Hemsley. Hubert would later accept a position at Los Angeles Hospital, and Evelyn accepted a teaching position with the Los Angeles Unified School District. They packed their belongings and, with the boys in town, headed to California. After arriving in California, yet another son was born, Hugh Hemsley, also known as Huey.
Evelyn was a proud member of the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated and devoted approximately 32 years to education. She began her career as a physical education teacher and ultimately became an assistant principal at Fauché Junior High School in Los Angeles. She continued her educational pursuits throughout her life, earning a master's degree in education from Pepperdine University. Known affectionately as Ms. Hemsley, she was respected and loved by hundreds of students and staff members whose lives she touched over the decades. Her home was also a home for many. She opened her doors and her heart to family, including her sister Jean, her adopted son Braun, and countless others. She was a generous supporter of her family, friends, and community. Evelyn was preceded in death by her beloved son, Dr. Mario Robert Hemsley, and her sister, Jean Barr, and her brother, Gilbert Wong. She is survived by her sister, Betty Neal Lang, in-laws, Hazel Bond, Janice White Gates, Helen Richards, and Howard Hemsley, sons, Hughie Hemsley, and Dr. Michael Hemsley, and wife, Dr. Kathy Hemsley. And 3 grandsons, Matthew Hemsley, Vincent Hemsley, and Samuel Hemsley, that's me, and her very much anticipated great-granddaughter, Celeste. She is lovingly remembered by Sarah Lynn Mandel and Jan Batista, as well as generations of nieces, nephews, cousins, classmates, dear friends, and extended family, including Marta Asturas, Donna Randall, and her ever-present goddaughter, Estella Holman. Evelyn Marie Wong Hemsley lived a remarkable life defined by family, education, athletic achievement, service, strength, class, and generosity. She was a daughter, sister, wife, mother, grandmother, educator, athlete, mentor, friend, and pillar of her community. She was deeply loved and widely respected. Her life was a blessing, her memory is a treasure, and her legacy will live on through the many lives she's touched. Thank you very much.
Matthew, Vincent, and Sam, her grandsons. Next up, Estella Holman. She's going to read poems that she actually wrote herself for my mother. Estella Holman, everybody. My brother Michael is on the line.
Michael, come on in. I'm tempted to say something Wong would say. I call her Wong. I called her Wong because everyone called her Mrs. Hemsley, and she always signed things as Wong. So, poems. I've written 2 poetry books. Each one, the opening in the back acknowledges Evelyn Hemsley. As my inspiration. So, I'll read these real quick. And I also have photos of her during all levels of childhood and adulthood in my book because she inspired me. As a matter of fact, in this particular book, I was looking at it yesterday, and I thought, God, there's a lot of poems about being kind in here. It had to have been inspired by her, because that wasn't my nature. But she, it's the truth. But she made me learn how to be kind and how to be thoughtful. She would say things like, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? And then I had to add, is it necessary now? Because everything else was right. But the now part was I was working on. So this is a poem called Before Death. Before death, we live the last moments faithful in the exit. I'm going to change this to before death, she lived the last moments faithful in her exit. She came to leave. Upon first breath, she knew it was the kept promise. It's about what we do in between the beginning and the ending of those dashes. It is love as divinity rising, cosmic energy flowing through from the depths of her being. The promise from life's beginning, she is held in love. This poem is called Kindness is a Character Trait. Kindness, the kinship of spirits, the surrender of old stories, a communion with angels, self-forgiveness again and again. Self-acceptance without judgment is a source for self-loving. Kindness is a feeling of freedom. It's the cool breeze on a hot summer day. It's answered prayers again and again. Kindness returned is divine order and the loving compassion. It's the healing of cancer, the vaccination that works. It's grace under fire, a stranger's thoughtful gesture. It's what makes us human. Kindness is the promise to rest in peace before dying. Now is the time to hold yourself in a sacred way. Kindness is the wisdom, knowing right now, these are courageous, holy days. Thank you. Thank you.
Stella Holman, everybody. Next one will be Denver. John Ridge. He's going to be reading a poem that Evelyn and him.
Basically, first of all, thank you for allowing me to honor your mother in this way. My wife and I, Stacy, her niece, and that's how I come to the family through my wife. And for years had the honor of going and visiting Aunt Evelyn. And every single time we leave her house, all we could leave with and talk about was gratitude. She was just the foremost, she just embodied gratitude, and it was kind of like a pillar for us, for that, for that sentiment. And so we all know she's such a voracious reader and a lover of knowledge and learning and poetry. And one of her favorite poems, and one that we actually had in common, and on a couple of occasions found ourselves reciting to each other simultaneously, is Invictus. And I like to believe that it was one of her favorites because the sentiments that I believe in too, which is living life fearlessly, which she obviously did, and also taking accountability for life and responsibility for your actions. And so, Invictus. Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloodied but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments to scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Thank you.
Next up, my cousin Daryl sent me a poem that my mother wrote that I had no idea existed. Yeah, she wrote it in back in 2000, June. So to recite that poem, I have Celeste. Was it Parrish? Parrish. Celeste Parrish coming up here to recite the poem that my mother wrote.
Microphone's not very loud. Hello, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome. And what would Evelyn say? Love you, love you, love you. Okay, so I'm going to read this poem, but I want to address the grandsons. Where are you? There you are. Okay. So I need you to know that I want to preface this. She wrote this poem when they were celebrating an alumni, when you have I didn't go to college, so yeah. The alumni for Bethune-Cookman College. Bethune-Cookman College, yeah, that's it, a reunion. And, I got a lot of opportunity to go visit Evelyn in these later years, and people would say, oh, that's so nice of you to visit that lady, but I always got more than I gave. Always walked out with, we would talk about her growing up, and a lot of her, he was telling me to hurry up. But, so, reflections, I'll do that in a reflection. So the name of this poem is They Came. And it's a homage to the people that came to that reunion. They came smiling. They came on crutches with walkers, yet tirelessly. They came rapidly, moving slowly. They came jubilant and spry. They came with courage, determination, and commitment. They came bearing the legacy, carrying the torch for Bethune-Cookman College. They came to pay homage to the unanswered prayer of a dream. They came, our leaders then, our leaders now, with love. They came in many ways for many reasons. Most importantly, they came. Evelyn Hemsley, I Believe in Miracles, June 2nd, 2000.
So that's everybody. Now we're going to move on to reflections. The first person I have to reflect is my beautiful Aunt Hazel right here. Aunt Hazel Hemsley.
I think we could all talk about Evelyn all day and never encompass all who she was and how she was with the world. So I started my reflections with meeting her I was 11 years old when my brother brought her home from college, and they subsequently got married. She mesmerized me. I was attached to her from then on. She was so smart, so pretty, and so loving to me. I was thinking about all the members of the family who have stayed in their houses over the years. In Gramercy Place, that was the first house, 2 bedrooms, 2 children, my mother, my father, and she and Hubert. What a great day that was. And when she was on Santa Barbara, her mother lived with her, her sister, and myself, and I'm sure others. I was definitely with her on Northland Drive. She was family 100%. And once you were a friend or became family, you were always friend and family. That's how she rolled. She was a love magnet. She was always adding friends and people to her village because she was loving, she was easy to talk to, and always interested in what you had to say. In her house on 59th Street, it was always a place where you could be totally comfortable. And if you fell asleep on her sofa, that made her happy. She was never a churchgoer, but God and her connection to Spirit was a very important part of her life. She would write initials on all her books and papers, initials like IBIM, I Believe in Miracles, TULIWC, thank you, Lord, I won't complain, and she didn't. But like kids, it takes a village to handle the needs of the elderly, and she had a big village. They would come and help her. My particular job, as I interpreted it, was to take her to all of her doctor visits and getting all of her medical tests. but it also was our special time because we shared, we reminisced, we went out to eat, we laughed, and we talked about everything. She was a very passionate person. Where am I? She was passionate, of course, by family. Anybody who loves their son and calls him Doo from doo-doo and says it lovingly, it was delightful.
Never understood it, but I'm going to say have her peace.
She was passionate about education of children, staying current politically. She was appreciative of art, an avid reader of everything. Books were very important. There was no book that she didn't want to have. She had a green thumb, loved gardening. Now, politics could raise her temperature. She once said if she could strap on a suicide vest and go hug Bush and Dick Cheney, she would be quite happy.
No soon, no Trump supporters in here. Sarah Lynn, yes or no?
I'm not a Trump supporter.
Okay, good. Right answer.
As I say, that was mild in
I'm a
comparison
Jewish
to her
Democrat,
feelings
for
about
God's
Trump. She was a unique and loving presence on this planet, but I know she was ready to go. And she would say, when I come to the end of the road and the sun has set for me, I want no ceremony in a gloom-filled room. Why cry for a soul set free? Miss me a little, but not too long, and not with your head bowed low. Remember the love that we once shared. Miss me, but let me go. For this is the journey we all must take, and each must go alone. It's all a part of the master's plan, a step on the road to home. When you are lonely and sick at heart, go to friends we know and bury your sorrows in doing good deeds. Miss me, I'll let me go.
That's my beautiful Hemsley. Next up in reflections is Vincent Hemsley.
Hello, everyone. And I'm sorry for those of you who do not know me. I am Vincent Hemsley. I am my grandmother's second grandson. And I would like to begin first by thanking each and every one of you for your condolences, as well as for being here today to pay tribute to an extraordinary special person, my beloved grandmother, Evelyn Wong Hemsley. For those of you who didn't have the opportunity to know my grandmother the way I did, she was one of the sweetest, loving, and compassionate individuals who welcomed everyone into her life with the utmost respect, warmth, and kindness. She embraced the level of energy like no other, full of vibrance, full of happiness, who always demonstrated a genuine zeal and deep empathetic concern for others. You were never a stranger in the eyes of my grandmother if she didn't know you. You were her family, her best friend, a beloved child from God. Her loving kindness knows no bounds, and she has touched the lives of many with her generosity and selflessness. In addition to her strength and compassion, my grandmother possesses a remarkable sense of humor. She has the unique gift of making those around her laugh. even in the most difficult and unpresented times. Her infectious laugh, ability to find joy in the smallest things were, for, in many occasions, priceless. My grandmother can also be described as a fierce warrior, with an unstoppable drive of strength, courage, and resilience. She never failed to keep a smile on her face no matter what hardships and challenges she encountered. She was full of positivity and told me that everything in life happens for a reason, that God has a plan for you, to never lose your identity and faith, and that it would unfold at the right time when least expected. She was truly a remarkable person in the sense that it was completely okay and necessary for us to welcome and embrace these challenges and defeats in life, but with the sole condition to not be defeated. In other words, you can lose a fight, but still remain standing on your 2 feet and learn from it. Because my grandma would say that everything in life is a learning experience. Her determination and perseverance are truly inspiring, and she has definitely taught me the importance of facing life trials with a positive attitude and with an unyielding will. From the earliest days of my childhood, my grandmother has always been a steady presence of unwavering love and support. I can still vividly remember some of the most cherished moments we spent together. From her taking me to the In-N-Out Burger by LAX to watch the airplanes land, to having long late night conversations at random hours of the night, and even her cooking my favorite signature meal, rice, corn, and wiener. And just to be clear, when I mention wiener, I'm referring to sausage. I believe the smoked sausage. And if I recall correctly, I believe the brand was Hillshire Farm. Is that correct? Okay. So it was a very simple meal, but I absolutely loved it. And she was even a caregiver to my pet chickens at one point, to say the least. I love chickens, and she would take care of them for me. So yes.
She would babysit, she chicken sit.
And they would poop all over the place. Yeah, it was. But nonetheless, she would take care of them for me. Scotty too, yes, my childhood Scottish Terrier. Yes, she was also a caregiver for my dog. So all of which, needless to say, are some examples of how the small things in life, the simple joys, countless memories, profound and priceless moments, words of wisdom and personal experience all serve in shaping the person we are today. And that was my grandmother. She was a very, very powerful, independent woman with a huge heart. I loved her so much, and she was the best grandmother that anyone could ever ask for. Not a second goes by in life when I don't think about her. I simply will be forever grateful for the amazingly beautiful person she was for me, and also for many others. And I will also treasure those memories we've had together. Just to conclude, my grandmother was never short of a blessing. Thank you.
One thing that Vincent Henry failed to say is that he's actually my son, for if anybody didn't know that. Next up, Stella Holman to continue reflections. And then after Michael Hemsley's on reflections, we'll have open mic on anybody who feels free to say whatever they like to say. But Stella Holman, everybody.
Wow, I really want to say thank you, Huey. This is amazing. I mean, you got a full house. You got people who love your mother. You got people who love me. You got people who love us. Thank you. Oh my God, she'd be so proud. And my God, she'd be so proud of Vincent. I mean, he comes up here like all professional. Okay. So thank you all for coming. I know you loved her like I did. So I had somebody on my massage table the other day, thank you, and their head popped up off of the table, and they said, I got a message from your godmother for you. Now, this is a 70-something-year-old Jewish woman that has never met my godmother. And she popped her head up and she said, she wants you to rejoice. She wants you to rejoice in who she is and the memories that you share with her and who she came here to be. And I was so happy to hear that because I was feeling in all kinds of different ways. And I thought, this is her 93rd birthday. She was clear all the way up until the end, exactly the way she wanted to live and the way she wanted to go out. And she was able to do all of that in peace. So, her legacy showed up recently when I'm going through all these changes for all these different reasons, and I remembered I promised a 17-year-old girl that I would do a fundraiser for her because she was going to Howard. And she only knows about Howard because I went to Howard. And I only knew about Howard because Mario went to Howard. So, you know, all these things are happening in my life, and I don't have time to do a fundraiser. And I thought about Evelyn. I thought about Wong. And the first thing she would do is just go in her pocket. And so I not only went in my pocket, I sent a text to 30 of my friends. And within 10 days, I had raised close to $3,000. That's her legacy. It's always about the children. It's always about what can we do for a community to make it better. It was always about generosity and kindness and gratitude. She taught me how to be grateful for what I had and what I didn't have. She would say when people passed away, I can't mourn them. I just think about what my life would have been if I had never had them in it. I have so many one-liners. My godmother would say this. My godmother would say that. And then this morning, I had one that I remembered that she would always say, a moving finger writes and having writ moves on. As a writer, I thought I took it one way, but I took a different way this morning, and I thought about her life. She's free, and I'm grateful for everything. Thank you.
Next up, my older brother, Michael Hemsley.
Thank you all for coming here. I appreciate it very much. Hi, how are you? I'm sorry I was late. It was not on purpose. Last week I suffered a stroke, and this trip has been somewhat epic. Going getting to the airport, getting here, and everything else. So, but I wanted to give all the credit to my brother, who's done both memorials for Mario and for my mom. He's responsible for all this, and he deserves all the credit. Second of all, I want to thank my sister from another mother, Miss Stella Holman. I always tell her that. She was also very surprised one day when I told her that she was my best friend. I think she felt sorry for me, but but she is, and that's how I think of her. My mother taught me to be kind and to be empathetic. They're not in my nature. I would tell everybody that now. I'm not either kind or empathetic, but she did that every day of my life. And to be aware of what I had and what I had to appreciate that in my life. Estelle mentioned she would say things, have that one that you mentioned about the moving finger having written on. I heard all my life, and she was fond of mentioning those things, and they were the basis of my growing up. I'm not going to be here long. In fact, I'm getting ready to go, but I just wanted to let you know I apologize for arriving here late. It has to do with I don't move as quickly as I used to, and it's taken me a long time to realize I don't. And that's about it. Thank you. And I'd like to mention my lovely bride, Catherine Liebhauser, who I've been with her. She was taking care of me for the last week, and it's like having a 4-year-old all over again. She has to tell me to get up, get going, take her medications and everything else. And so the fault for not being here on time is mine. I apologize for it. No disrespect.
Michael Hemsley, everybody. On another note, my mom's last living sibling, Betty Lane, she was supposed to be here. She failed the day of her flight, and she hurt her hip, so she was unable to be here. Her daughter, Daryl, in the back. Hi, Daryl. Everybody's Daryl. That's her daughter. She was supposed to escort her out here, but she never made it. But next up on Reflections, we have open mic. I think I'm going to have Miss Ford. We also have people who are, I have a student of my mother's here. Where is she? Raise your hand. The student, there she is. She was a student of my mother. She came to pay her respects. We also have a few co-workers. Please raise your hand. Fauché Junior High. She taught her. Yeah, Miss Ford, where are you? Where are you, Miss Ford? Oh, I can. You down there. All right, Miss Ford, you still want to say a piece? Can we take the mic? No. I tell you what, Miss Ford, we'll get you up here, but we'll have somebody go before you. Who would like to have something to say?
Daryl.
Daryl, come on up. This is my clone on the Wong side of the family in Jacksonville, Florida. She considers me her brother. I consider her my sister. Yeah.
I haven't seen this man since the 60s.
Yes, that is true. Is everybody enjoying their time here? Yes. Like I said, I feel a lot of love here. Daryl Lang, everybody, my first cousin, the niece of Evelyn Wong.
Good evening, everybody. I'm an old Marine, so this is a big crowd for me due to just being a Marine. I wanted to let you guys know God is so good that I'm here. I'm sorry my mother didn't make it, and she wanted to send love and blessings to everybody, and thank you so much for coming for her sister. It hurts her heart that she couldn't be here. I wanted to let you guys know a little story that helped form the beautiful woman that we're here for. Her grandfather, Maceo, my grandmother, Ruth, called her grandfather Buddy. And when Evelyn came, she called her Pal. And Pal was a person, I think that everybody she became, that's who she was, Pal. She was my Aunt Pal. And I think that person that Pal was, she was a pal to everybody. Even though that was just a name and everybody called her Miss Evelyn, but she was a pal. She was my mentor. And she was such a driving force for me. Her and my cousins came to visit us in that VW van. I don't know if everybody knew about the van. But in the 60s, This woman came 3,000 miles with a van full of kids, the neighbors. She even brought the neighbors across the country in the 60s, a black woman by herself with extra kids. And they pulled up to our house, her and her big sunshades. And I looked at her, this nice, tall, beautiful woman with those kids, and she, I think the reflection of her made me part of who I was when I became a Marine, and I could do anything. And I always helped people, and it reflected in my life who I became as far as helping people from Red Cross youth to the Air Force and everything else I've ever been. I've always helped people all my life, giving out food, helping the homeless and everything else. And I hope it reflected in all the people and all the jobs that they've done. And I just wanted to say, even when I came out here, she was my West Coast mother and my West Coast, my son's West Coast grandmother, because when he saw her, the only reflection he could see was his grandmother. And everything that you do and you leave here today, if a part of her can reflect through your soul and what you do, and when you leave here, please let whatever she's meant to you and what you do in your walk of life, please let a part of her walk out of here with you, and whatever you do or whoever you see that may need help, let Evelyn show in you. And I just want to say thank you for coming today. And with her, it's always going to be with me, even with all of my disabilities and things I'm not supposed to do. My mom's like, you can't do that. You're disabled, you're hurt. But you know what? I always know I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to help people. I helped my mother. And I came here, I just spent 30 days in her apartment because she was always there. I couldn't get out here, but you know what? That man above and that woman I spent her last minutes with, I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to be here. This is my brother. This is my family. And I'm always going to do that. I love each and every one of y'all, and thank you for being here. God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much for listening.
Powerful words from Wong. Next up, Mrs. Ford. She's unable to come up here, but she says she can speak loud enough for everybody to hear her. She is a co-worker. She works a co-worker with my mother back at Fauché Junior High. Mrs. Ford, go right ahead.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
My name is Jessie Ford, co-worker of Evelyn Hemsley for over 20 years at Fauché, Mississippi. The most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or heard. They are felt in my heart. I am so grateful to God for sharing in my life and your lovely friend, Evelyn. And what a joy to share in instilling our students self-esteem, self-respect, and respect for others. Doing it yourself, stand tall, never quit. We'll come together with education to become a productive citizen in the community. And most of all, remember, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. The heart is never ready to say goodbye. Memories of those we love will live in our hearts forever. In closing, when my husband and only son passed away, Evelyn Hemsley told Evelyn to always check on Mrs. Ford. She reminded him often that she called and says, "Have you called Mrs. Ford?" So thanks you for honoring her request and being a special part of my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ford. Yes. Charles, come on up here. Dickens, Mr. Charles Dickens. Dixon. All right, Charles Dixon. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, you and
And thank you for the job that you've done for your mom and your brother. I just had to share the story of how I became Sir Charles by visiting Wong through Estella while I was, courting her. So every month I would bring a sculpture for her to look at, and I would leave it there for a month. And we would talk about the sculpture, and she would talk about the way it was constructed, and we would videotape her response, and we had a really good time doing that. So I think I must have brought by 5 pieces of art. And then I asked her, what would be the last piece that I'm gonna bring? I don't have everything else is too big. So she said, bring by that piece you did when you graduated from high school. And that was the crucifixion. It was a wood carving that I brought to her, and it stayed there till her passing. But we would talk about that, the story. Well, I also brought one piece because I do nudes. And one thing she said about one of my nudes is that she is really cold. She enjoyed the skill set in making it. And I enjoyed that about her. She knew anatomy. She would give me all the bone structures and muscle structures of this bronze piece I had brought. And so I called her Wong. And Estella says, that's my name. I call her Wong. I said, well, and she says, no, that's his name too. And, and he's Sir Charles. And Sir Charles does what he wants to do. And she even called, it came down to what I wore. And because I wear black. She says, that's his uniform. Leave him alone. So she accepted me as a family member, and I so love that.